Uncle Go Clips.
Because you're analyzing the biggest YouTubers out there. What's kind of the most valuable things that you learned from them? Because I have a feeling that when people start their YouTube channel, they're just enthusiastic about creating videos and they don't put a lot of strategy behind it. And then afterwards, where they kind of get to a point where they're not progressing fast enough, then they're kind of go like, maybe I should rethink this and kind of try to Google like how to make better thumbnails or what other people are doing. And then they kind of get into this whole process of improving their videos and their processes and everything. What are some of the processes that you improved on your way? And I'm sure there's a lot there. But what are the main things that you learned from these big guys?
Well, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to kind of unpack and go through. And luckily as well, I've actually had the pleasure of talking with a lot of the YouTubers I've covered, and just having conversations and learning a lot from them. But like, I think something you said there was like a lot of people start enthusiastically and they're not really putting much strategy behind it. Like that's a problem, but it's also a good thing at the same time, because really, if you look at most big channels, except anomalies, and when you're starting, you shouldn't really be focusing on anomalies. You should be looking at the majority. So
Yeah.
when there's really big channels like over 1 million plus subscribers, the vast majority of them uploaded 50 or 100 videos before they actually had any real like momentum or traction. I think that's so important to keep in mind. And even like someone could look at a channel like mine and say, you've only got like 15 videos and you're on 200K subscribers, but how many videos did I upload in the 12 years I was doing YouTube before that? Because it's probably over 1,000 if I added it up, So that is a big thing people need to take into consideration. And like, I think like the things I talk about and the things I learn from big YouTubers about optimizing videos, thumbnails, good thumbnails, obviously getting good retention in videos, that's important. But before anything, you need to work on your product. And the best way to work on your product is just to keep making better versions of it each time. So each video, like, make it a few percent better. And that's something like I've learned from Mr. Beast as well, because he's obviously a huge YouTuber, just hit 50 million subs. And if you go through his older videos, like, he was literally posting videos for years before anyone even noticed. And he didn't complain. Like, it wasn't a case of like, oh, no one's paying attention to me, no one likes me. It's just like, I'm gonna do this. Like, this is what I love to do. And he just kept pumping out videos. And I think like that, before anything else, while it is kind of generic advice, that is so crucial. Like, before you really question the algorithm or what's going wrong or stuff like that, I really think it's important to just get that quantity right of actually getting enough videos out there to understand things. And then, like, as well, a really big realization that I think small YouTubers just have to come to terms with is the majority of people don't care about you. And like, I mean, they care about you being safe and well and healthy, obviously, but in terms of watching your content, they don't care. Like, people don't care unless you give them a reason to care. And the best way to give someone a reason to care is actually by making videos on a topic that they're interested in. So many of the big channels at the moment, they've grown, and it's a common theme throughout. And even with my channel, it's not because I started one day and I started talking about this is my YouTube strategy. It's because I talked about someone they knew about and they were interested in. And in the case of like even this Minecraft YouTuber Dream, he grew really big, like super fast, like one of the fastest growing YouTube channels in history, I think. And like his whole story is he kind of made videos for a while and he wasn't getting momentum, and he was just kind of making videos about himself and like his own gameplay and what he was doing. And then he switched it around and started making videos on trending topics. So whatever was trending in the Minecraft community, he'd make a video on. A different update would come out, he'd make a video on the update or something like that. And that was how he found that initial attention. And that's something that I think a lot of people don't really realize at the start. They just assume that they're making good content and that people are going to come. But people only click on videos and like watch videos if they're like interested in the first place. And it's hard to kind of get interest when people don't know who you are. It's a tough one. It's a tough realization to come to. There is, of course, exceptions to the rule as well. So one of my like pet peeves is when I give YouTube advice and someone's like, but what about that channel? Or well, what about this guy here? Like, he did it. And again, it comes back to that thing I said a minute ago. It's like, don't focus on anomalies. Focus on the vast majority of channels and the way they've done things. And a lot of channels in recent years, to find that initial attention, whether it be Graham Stephen in the real estate niche, if you go through his old videos, so many of them were like based on, is this guy a scam? Is this product worth buying? Is this guy, or meeting this $1 million man, or meeting this guy from Shark Tank, doing things like that, where if I'm a viewer, I can see that and not know who Graham is, but still be interested. Whereas a lot of people that make content about themselves, and if I see them, I'm like, I don't know who he is, and I don't really care what he has to say, as cruel as that sounds. So yeah, that's kind of, I suppose, like the getting the consistency there and just really focusing on improving each video incrementally. 1% of video makes a lot of improvements over time. And then also realizing people don't really care as much as you think they do, which is harsh, but it's the truth.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the full version, go to the Uncle Gold Podcast YouTube channel or watch the next clip.